future auditors. So we are on chapter number 4, audit evidence, one of the most important chapter according to ICAI, because this single chapter can give you marks from 12 to 18. And so far, we have completed a lot of things, and we are right now moving towards the end of the chapter. So if you are new to my channel, then subscribe my channel, because in this channel you are going to get conceptual clarity revision videos on auditing and also other videos which will be really helpful throughout your CA journey. Okay, so now let's continue and move ahead with the topic, which is litigation and claims. Okay, a quick brush up. What are we studying exactly? We are on SA 501. And what does SA 501 says? SA 501 Okay, so let's continue with today's topic, which is litigation and claims. And for a quick brush up, what are we studying? We are on SA 501, which is all about special considerations, which is divided in 3 aspects. The very first one is what? The very first one is inventory, which we have completed thoroughly, as you can see on the screen. Okay, we have studied a lot on this. Okay, the existence and the occurrence part. Okay, existence and the condition part. Okay, then litigation and claims, and the last one will be segment information. Okay, so what do you mean by litigation and claim, guys? What does this exactly means? For example, if XYZ is a company and there are few pending cases which are going on the company. Okay, for example, Mr. X have sued ABC company for defective products, and the amount involved is approximately, let's say, 1 CR. So isn't that really very important according to the aspects of the company, and it needs to be properly disclosed, and it is the responsibility of the auditor to make sure that he identifies such kind of litigations and claims which are going on the company. Okay, and what will be the effect of such litigations and claims on the company, so that he can give a reasonable assurance on the financial statements of the company, at that to bring down the risk at an acceptably low level, right? It is really important. Now here, what is the auditor's role? Auditor simply needs to identify first, okay, what are the litigations, what are the claims which are going on, what is the exact scenario right now, okay, and how he is going to do that? He will be connecting with the legal counsel, he will be taking the expert support over here, okay, and he will be understanding that what exactly is going on and how this specific amount, maybe if the opposite person wins, okay, Mr. X, the appellant, okay, if he wins, then the company needs to give 1 CR, okay, and it may impact the goodwill of the company, which also can impact the future sales. So here the users need to have this disclosure so that they can take the decisions wisely, okay, because we are giving our reasonable assurance on the financial statements to increase the confidence of the users ultimately, right? So that they can take proper decisions at proper time. Okay, so this is the overall background, and with this background, what we are going to do, we are going to study that what exactly the auditor is going to do. Remember, you are an auditor and you are auditing a specific company on which you are going to look at the side of litigation and claim. Okay, and with this context study, so that you can feel powerful and you can feel logical, that yes, I'm the auditor. Okay, I need to check such and such things. You will feel responsible. Okay, you'll start feeling responsible, and you can easily understand the topics which we have given over here. Okay, so the auditor must design and perform audit procedures to detect litigation and claims that may cause material misstatement. Yes, absolutely. Okay, the auditor needs to perform the procedures that may cause material misstatement. Okay, it might happen that the company is trying to mislead. Okay, the company may try to what we can say is you hide that such thing is going on, and it may try to prove that no, the condition is very very well and the case is in our hand. Okay, so such material misstatement should never happen, and therefore the auditor must perform some kind of procedures. Now, what procedures we have already spoken about? He will be inquiring. Okay, he will be taking the legal support. Okay, where it's exactly needed, right? So this includes what kind of procedures he will perform: inquiry of management and in-house legal counsel. Okay, if there is a kind of legal counsel, he will be taking the advisory. Okay, if the company is too big, the turnover is in, let's say, billions, then of course the company will be having its own legal counsel. Okay, then he will be inquiring with both of them. Then the review of minutes of governance meetings and correspondence with external legal counsel. See, the one is the company's in-house legal counsel, which the company has to create, and the one is the external legal counsel, and this external legal counsel will be unbiased. Okay, so the auditor need to make sure that he will inquire with the management, with in-house legal counsel, and with the external legal counsel as well. He will be reviewing the minutes, and in minutes he will be getting to know that is there any external legal counsel and of what kind and in what way he needs to communicate with the external legal counsel. The all the procedures and all the directions, all the process will be given in the meetings. Okay, then review of legal expense account. Yes, absolutely, we need to review the legal expense account. Now, why is that important? Okay, why the review of legal expense account is important? Because litigation and claims may materially affect financial statements, may need to be disclosed or accounted for. Yes, absolutely, so far we have discussed this thing. Okay, the three terms you need to remember over here: inquire with management, in-house legal counsel, review meetings, and get the procedure, get to know through what way you can communicate with the external legal counsel. Okay, then the last one is review legal expense account. Okay, the next, what does it says? Additional supporting evidence. Okay, whatever the evidence you are getting through, you need to make sure that you attain all the external supporting evidence also. Okay, for example, if you are reviewing legal expense account, there might be some posting which are which have been created. Okay, review all the entries, review properly. Okay, and if in any entry you find that this particular entry give rise to a supporting evidence, then make sure you check this also. Okay, because we are reviewing what? Legal account. Okay, now auditor may also use information from risk assessment procedures. Guys, wrap. We have already studied about further audit procedures and risk assessment procedures. Essay, which essay we are talking about? 330. Okay, risk assessment procedures, chapter number 3. If you don't know this concept, then go back to the video lecture of chapter number 3, get to know that concept first and then come back here. Okay, risk assessment procedures, we have already discussed this in detail. And now what is your job? give the reference, give the page number reference of this particular thing, this particular term over here, that yes, we have studied this particular term in chapter number 3, so that when you revise the whole thing, it will be easier for you to understand the concept deeply, so that you can present it really well in your exams. Okay, so just mention the number over here. Okay, then understanding of entity and environment, essay 315. Okay, essay 330 and 315, it was all about understanding the entity and its environment and responses to assessed risk. Okay, then this can help in valuation, measurement, or estimating the financial impact of litigation linked to essay 540 on accounting estimates. So what it says, essay 540 is on accounting estimates. Okay, and we will be learning essay 530 later, but can you just note down that one single concept is connected with 3 essays, essay 315, 330 and also 540. Okay, so just understand, if you got this concept really well, while writing an examination, your presentation, if you mention the references of all the essays, it will be just perfect and you will be scoring full marks. Okay, now next, what? There are 2 scenarios. Okay, after the auditor will be reviewing the whole thing, there will be 2 scenarios. One, he will be finding out the material misstatement, and second, he will be not finding any kind of material misstatement. He will be not finding any kind of material misstatement, he will be finding. In this case, it's okay, the auditor will continue his own process and finish up the audit work. But what if there is a risk of material misstatement? Now, the auditor needs to focus on this part. Okay, so the first thing what he will be doing is he will be communicating with external legal counsel. For starting, we have discussed 3 things. So here, if he will be finding out the material misstatement, what he will be doing, he will be communicating with external legal counsel. The auditor shall seek direct communication via letter of inquiry to external legal counsel if law of regulation prohibits direct communication. Okay, so there are 2 things. Okay, we have to follow the statutory framework which is given by by the bylaws of the company. Okay, and according to that statutory framework, we need to proceed further. Okay, when you will be reviewing the minutes, you will get to know about such things. So what is this? First, you may send a normal letter of inquiry, or you may go for direct communication. So if material misstatement found, what they will be there? Letter, either letter or direct communication. Either letter or direct communication. When general inquiry letter is not sufficient, okay, I missed one point. Auditor shall perform alternate audit procedures. Okay, he may sorry, he may also perform alternate audit procedures. Okay, then when general inquiry letter is not sufficient, use a specific inquiry letter. Okay, there is a pro forma. Okay, if you are doing internship also, you just know that every letter which the auditor sent, it have a definite pro forma, and every time you send to different customers, you just need to change the name, date and that stuff. Okay, in the same way, when you are communicating with external legal counsel, you have a letter pro forma. The first thing is what? You will be directly forwarding, you will be changing the name of that letter, and you will be sending it to the external legal counsel. But there may be few situations where the matter is really important and there are too many things that you need to make sure about. In that case, what you will be doing is only cut paste will not work out for you. What you will be doing is use a specific inquiry letter with a list of identified litigation and claims, management's assessment of outcome and cost involved, request to confirm reasonableness and add more information if the list is incomplete, if matter is significant or complex. Okay, if there is a complexity involved, the matter is really significant, then you need to use a specific inquiry letter. Okay, you need to make sure that your letter includes all the things which have been mentioned over here, because there is not only one litigation going on, there are many things going on in the company, like the list of identified litigations, management's assessment of outcome and cost involved. For example, one case 1 CR, second case 50 lakh, third case 20 lakh. Okay, so there is a list of litigation and claims. Okay, so everything you need to list out. Then request to confirm reasonableness and add more information if the list is incomplete. You also need to check that not only these three parties, there there are only three parties, or are there many. Okay, you just need to reconfirm it. Then the auditor may meet with legal counsel in presence of management. This is the second one, direct communication. Okay, interrelate these guys, interrelate this. Letter of inquiry, use general or in case specific. Then direct communication in presence of management, do not forget this, where significant risk is involved, case is complex, disagreement between management and counsel. Okay, there are three scenarios where you will be directly meeting with the legal counsel, where there is very much high risk is involved, where the case is really complex, and that there is disagreement between the management and the counsel. Fair enough. Okay, then if the communication fails, communication with whom? External legal counsel. If the communication fails, management or legal counsel refuses permission or response, and auditor cannot get sufficient evidence via alternate procedures. Okay, we have tried everything. We have tried inquiring with management, we have tried inquiring with in-house legal department, we have tried inquiring with external counsel, but no one is responding to us. Fine, it's okay, I'm gonna modify my audit opinion. Okay, and at the worst case, I can also give the disclaimer of opinion. Then you can, accordingly, you suffer the consequences then. Okay, the power is in my hand. Okay, in the same way, what does it say? If the auditor do not get proper response, if the auditor do not get sufficient evidence via alternate procedures also, the auditor must modify the opinion as per essay 705, last Brahmastra. Okay, then coming forward to the last concept of this specific, very special and very easy essay, segment information. Nowadays, the people, they are not satisfied with one kind of business. Okay, they want to do food business also, they want to do some other kind of business, clothing business also, they want to do other business also. But what about at the end, how will you come to know that what is the profit you are gaining from such different kind of businesses? That is nothing but segment information. There is a company XYZ, and it is having three different segments. One is, let's say, food, one is, let's say, cloth, one is, let's say, shoes. Okay, now being an auditor, understand how you are going to give financial reasonable assurance on the financial statement of such company where it is working in different segments. Okay, how you are going to use the segment information, because the same segments, it might be at one place and it will be there globally in different geographical locations as well. So being an auditor, what is your role and responsibility, how they have defined that, how you are going to perform your work in this such a situation, how you are going to handle a situation, you will be knowing in this part. Very important, right? Yeah, very exciting. Okay, so being with this concept and background, let's understand segment information refers to information about different types of product and services of an enterprise and its operation in different geographical locations. Understood, ma'am? Obtaining sufficient appropriate audit evidence for sufficient segment information. Yeah, how? Auditor must gather what? Auditor must gather enough audit evidence to ensure segment information is properly presented and disclosed as per reporting framework. Yes, presentation is important. presentation and disclosure is also important. This involves understanding the methods used by management to decide segment data, check if the method follows the financial reporting rules, test the method if needed, perform an analytical or other suitable audit procedures as per the situations. What you are going to do? How you are going to make sure? First, you will be understanding the what the that see, presentation is management's part, right? Always understand presentation is a management part. Very initially first chapter only have explained you. Our part is to check what they have presented. Okay, so with that thing keeping in mind, okay, presentation is management part. So understand what kind of methods the management is applied to present the data. Okay, so understanding the methods used by the management, check if the methods follows the reporting, financial reporting rules, whether they have, passed all the, rules which have been given, all the entries have been passed properly, all the disclosures have been made properly, test the method if needed, what kind of method they have followed. Okay, so just test the method, it simply means that you are just checking out one of the entries or something like that. Okay, what exactly the method they have used over here. And perform analytical, guys, analytical procedures comparing financial and non-financial data. Compare the gross profit margin last year, this year, what exactly is happening, whether the data which have been accumulated this year as a segment information, whether that is accurate, whether that is reasonable or not. Okay, or other suitable audit procedures as per the situation. Then auditor responsibility. See, as I said, auditor is responsible for segment information only as part of overall financial statement, not responsible for giving a separate opinion on segment information. Absolutely. That headache is of the management. He is going to present and disclose. Okay, and we are checking only whatever that is presented and being disclosed to us. It's not responsible of us to give a separate opinion on segment information. Understood this? Okay, we are CAs, we don't take extra headaches, right? We will be working only how much time we are investing, right? So accordingly, understanding methods used by the management. Now we were talking about what methods the management have been used. What you need to do, you also need to put an arrow mark over here. Okay, many of the students will forget that we have studied already here, guys. Understanding the methods used by the management, what kind of methods they have given it here in detail. Okay, so just put the arrow mark with pencil or just give the reference up and down so that you won't get confused. Okay, again, now first method, inter-segment transactions, sale, transfer charges and their eliminations. I don't know why this. Yeah. In auditors should understand how management determines segment data. Key areas to consider: inter-segment transactions. See, whenever there are inter-segment, we will be what we'll be doing. We will be transferring the money, or we will be doing the transfer entries. Transfer entries is nothing but some kind of inter-segment transactions to be very easy thing to understand. Okay, so we will be checking the inter-segment transactions. Okay, then what other the management can do? Comparison with the budgets, of course, operating profit to sales, or what last year, this year. Analytical procedures we spoke about now. Analytical procedures. Then allocation, how assets and costs are divided among segments. Okay, because fixed cost remains same, no? Okay, so accordingly, what kind of cost, the variable cost, fixed cost, how they have been allocated, how they have been divided. That's really important, right? Then consistency with previous periods and whether differences are properly disclosed. Okay, so if we are speaking about management methods, what are they? Inter-segment transactions, okay, comparison with budgets, allocation, consistency. Done? Yes, ma'am, done. Okay, now The next, okay, I think that we have completed this essay, so congratulations. Yeah, so now what we are going to do is 5.1, just have a quick introduction. Okay, one thing, because this is Sone Pe Suhaga wala topic. We have already studied this topic in the specific chapter, reliability of audit evidence. Remember, sufficient appropriate audit evidence. How it increased by relevance, and it increased by reliability. And this part we have already studied. Just turn the pages, and it might be, I'll do it for you. It might be on somewhere 3 to 4 page number. See, factors increasing reliability. Oh my god, we have studied so much. Yeah, look, factors increasing reliability, we have already studied this. Okay, so just you can just check it yourself, and I'm not going to repeat this specific topic again. Here we have already studied page number 4 and 5. Okay, again, don't forget to mention the page number. Mention the page number over here where we have studied this topic. So, reliability of audit evidence depends on source, nature, circumstances under which it is obtained. More reliable when obtained from independent sources, more reliable when obtained directly by auditor, more reliable when evidence is documentary. Studied, ma'am, already done. Now, your job is to solve question and answers on these topics which we have covered, because remember, in audit 50% efforts is on self-study, is on conceptual clarity, and 50% is on answer writing skills, because we'll only get marks when you are going to present good in exams, and that will be done only when you practice really well your question and answers. So don't skip this 50% wala pass, otherwise you are not going to get marks. Remember. Okay, so the next essay is essay 505, which is external confirmation. Now you say, ma'am, why again this reliability wala part given? Because here, they just wanted to create a background. When the audit evidence is more reliable when it is obtained from independent sources outside the entity, and this is nothing but what? External confirmation. This is nothing but external confirmation. Okay, so they were just creating the background. Okay, and now we are going to study for essay 505 in our next lecture. So far we have completed so many essays, so many topics, and almost now we are on the limiting, like finishing up line. Okay, there are only few things left. So yes, that's it for today. Let's continue with essay 505 in our next lecture. Yeah, bye bye till then. Also, you can directly message me if you have any doubts, or you can find these summary notes on my app Peak Prep, because these summary notes are the one which will I can say that it will give you the maximum benefit, because these are the summary notes which can refer till the last day of your exams as well. Okay, these are like very much precise. It is prepared so that you can focus on exams really well and you can score really well. Okay, so you can study from these summary notes available on my app. That's it for the day. Thank you.